nice.
These sound nice, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you play Kirby?
I play Kirby. Captain Falcon is who I'm crowd playing.
Captain Falcon and what?
Captain Falcon, Kirby, and Little Mac.
Little Mac. Okay, okay. So
I can avoid playing.
I assume you know which one's the best out of the three.
I do.
Okay. Okay. Who do you want to practice, or what do you want to get out of this?
I want to learn bad habits that I have.
Okay. Okay.
Like playing Kirby.
Kirby? Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on Battlefield. Let me.
That's cool.
Yeah. Let's go back. Do you
Captain
care?
Falcon is the best, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Though Kirby after the buffs isn't that bad. He's still kind of bad, but he's not that bad. Do you care who I play?
Not at all.
Okay.
I'd prefer your best.
Okay. Well, my best is Young Link, so we can do that.
Sweet.
All right. Well, let's do it.
Cheers. Does Young Link still have the spike if he like hits you with a down air tilt?
No, not. That's just melee. Oops. All right. You know, you take those, right?
Yeah. We already went over this. I'm now thinking I'm Young Link trying to throw out boomerangs.
That was good.
Thank you. No.
Okay. So I noticed 3 or 4 bad habits. Habit number 1, you do a lot of directional air dodges, specifically directional air dodges in. It's not a bad move all the time, but it is a very committal move. It has a lot of end lag, and you're doing it often, it gets you punished. Like you can't act out of it for like, God knows, like 60 plus frames or something. So you're gonna get punished. Basically, the way that you want to use air dodges is kind of like this. So you have neutral air dodge, which is generally safer.
Does it not last as long?
It does not last as long.
Okay. Just on that.
You have way less end lag, like half or less the end lag of directional air dodge. So that's 1. You have neutral air dodge, which you should use more instead of directional air dodge. 2 is directional air dodge is basically, I think, good for 2 things. 1 is get out of combos. If you know someone is doing a certain combo when, say, they're throwing out a forward air, and they're going to throw out that forward air, maybe, yes, you directionally air dodge in, you get those invincibility frames, you go past them, right? If they're committing to a move, you're going to go past them.
Yeah.
That's good. The other way to use it, or the other way around, you can air dodge out, and you can grab ledge. Grabbing ledge is actually generally pretty safe in this game, especially as Kirby. You have a lot of jumps. You have a lot of ways to get off ledge. Some characters struggle to get off ledge. I think Kirby doesn't really struggle that much to get off ledge. Granted, Youngling's a pretty good ledge chopper, but even then, Kirby has a lot of mix-ups to get off ledge. Obviously, it's not as applicable for Kirby because you don't need to use it for this. But when you're like really far away and you're worried about being able to recover onto ledge, like say with Captain Falcon, they hit you super far. Sometimes you directionally air, after you reset your momentum, it's important to do that first. Then you can directionally air dodge in to get distance. And then you still have your double jump and your up B.
So when I play any character and I get launched really far,
yeah,
I immediately try to air dodge back.
Don't do that first.
Okay.
No. First you want to reset your momentum.
Yeah.
So you're being launched, say, to the right.
Yeah.
You DI down, and then in. Down slows down your momentum in this game.
Okay.
Up increases your momentum. So first you want to DI down, and depending on the move, like it'll DI down and in, or DI all down and then in. So DI down. Then after you reset your momentum, you directional air dodge.
Okay. Now you directional air dodge
into the stage, like
directly in, or like
yeah, you can just do like directly in.
Okay.
Yeah. You can also do the diagonal. It kind of depends on like the angle, because the other thing is that's gonna be scary depending on where you are. Is some characters can go out and edge guard you, and you're gonna be in a lot of end lag, right? So sometimes you don't want to say do it diagonally because you're gonna put yourself in a bad position, and they're gonna say Lucina back air you, right? Yeah. So it's going to depend, and you don't want to do it every time, but in a lot of times it's going to be good for you because you're going to get more momentum back to stage, and you're going to keep your double jump and be able to upbeat. So that's kind of what I think directional air dodge is good for.
Okay.
Using it like in neutral, kind of like we were, like if I hit you and you just directional air dodge, you're going to get punished.
Okay.
So that's number one. Don't worry, it's not that long list.
Yeah.
But so that's the first tip.
Yeah.
Second tip is, you actually didn't do it as much, but I have noticed that it's sort of like something you do a lot. You probably get away with it, which is probably why you do it.
Down B.
Down. Yes,
Yeah,
you already know. You already know.
Yeah. I do get away with it.
Yeah, but you don't want to use it as much. It's very punishable.
I'm very headstrong, and so I'm always trying to get to my opponent, and just being so far away, I just can't wait.
Yeah, it's a good mix-up. It's a good mix-up. For example, I know we were playing that friendly earlier. You killed me off the top. Beautiful.
Yeah.
But if you use it a lot, you get punished out of it. You get punished, like it's like you have that animation when you're vulnerable. So it's just not that good. So that's number 2. Number 3 is you're trying to do a lot of smash attacks to neutral. By the way, you did a good one. You got me with F smash recovering, so that's good. But it's like too many. You actually died off of like a down smash in neutral when I wasn't even close to you.
Yeah.
So too many smash attacks. There was one other thing. What was it?
Not enough bears.
I mean, yeah, that's fine, but I can't remember. I'll put that in for now.
Cool.
But I think that's a good starting list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is all like whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Do you want to pick a stage?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. hype man. Okay. No jump. Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah. You're trying to wall jump.
Yeah.
That's parry. Disrespect?
Nope.
Okay, so something that I noticed was, I think the reason that game went like that, apart from the SD, was because you're misspacing a lot of stuff. You're spacing it too far away from me. So, for example, that interaction that just happened at the end happened a lot. So you try to grab me outside of grab range, and it's like, yeah, you're going to get punished for that. A lot of times you were spacing aerials against me. Outside of the aerial range, you get punished, right? Like, I think you landed with a lot of, like, knees that didn't actually hit me, and I just, like, hit you for that. Also, I think landing knee is super unsafe. Even like on shield, like, so you can't, even the strong knee I think is unsafe. So you can't really land with that. I think the game plan for Captain Falcon is a little bit different, where really what you need to be doing is utilizing his ground speed, his grab, and then finding like one opening into like a big aerial combo, like a big like up air kind of stuff. Your nairs were good, so use that more. That's a good neutral tool. Nair, up air.
I just never had an opportunity.
Fair enough, but yeah, I mean, Captain Falcon really relies on his speed because, like, he doesn't have like big disjoints or anything, right? And by the way, like, even like, it's funny, like, I think Kirby smash attacks are better than Captain Falcon smash attacks. So like, you don't have any like big, cheese like that. Other than like side B, super armor, but side B doesn't even get you that much, you know what I mean? Like, you really just have to like play a solid neutral, finding grabs, using your dash dance, and sort of like baiting people into so you can get a whiff punish, because again, you're so fast that it's like you need to sort of like, a lot of times people feel like they need to be doing something, like throwing out a move to be putting on pressure, but that's not true. Like empty hopping, like dashing back, even like standing close to someone when they're in shield, that's putting on pressure. You're forcing them to sort of commit to something. Like if I'm in shield, my shield's gonna slowly run down, right? So that's actually putting on pressure. So you don't always have to just run at me with an aerial. Sometimes the neutral is literally just running back and forth and sort of like finding your opening and getting me to commit something, then whiff punishing, right? Or if I'm not committing to something, maybe you run up and like grab. You know what I mean? Like, so it's that kind of thing. Alrighty.
I'm just impatient with this game.
I feel you.
Jab,
Looking like Bowser Jr. Alright, good games. Yeah, I think again the
air
direction,
dodges.
yeah, the air dodges, you did those a lot still. Bad habit, takes time. I think the other thing here again was like the spacing. By the way, I will say this is a bad matchup for Kirby.
Okay.
So there's that. But yeah, it's like Kirby. In
How
these,
do you get in on Young Link?
that's the problem. No, like that's really the problem. Like that's why this matchup is bad. So, like a lot of characters, like by the way, Kirby for example can actually box with Young Link. Like if you get in close, you actually have like decent boxing. You can get some combos. You can get me off stage. You can edge guard me. You can do a lot of damage. Especially with like down tilt, it has like a 30% chance of like tripping me. So it's like down tilt's kind of crazy. You know, you do down tilt and like forward smash and stuff, right? So you can rack up a lot of damage really fast on Kirby. But the reason it's a bad matchup is exactly because Kirby can't actually get in on Young Link, at least not reasonably. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to use your air jumps, basically. It's like you have to space around my projectiles, but it's hard because Kirby doesn't have the aerial mobility of like, you know, Jigglypuff or Mario or, you know, Pikachu. You know what I mean? Like, Kirby's slow. and that's going to be a problem in the matchup. Once you get in, then you start boxing and you start doing that stuff. But that's why it's a bad matchup.
Gotcha.
I think the best bet for Kirby in the matchup, again, understanding that it's a losing matchup, is really to go to like Battlefield, get me off stage, edge guard me. That's about it. Also, Battlefield isn't bad because of the platforms. It actually makes Young Link's projectile game harder. Like I can't just straight set up a wall.
Yeah.
Like you have mobility options with the platforms of like getting in on me and doing like empty hops, and I can't just cover everything.
PS2 I feel must be pretty good for Young Link.
Yes, in the matchup, yes.
Yeah.
So like PS2 is really good. Town and City, Kalos, FD, and even like Yoshi's because it's just so big.
Yeah.
So I think the good stages for Kirby will be Smashville, Lilat, Battlefield. Battlefield being the best, I think, by a good margin. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Good playing with you.
You as well.